He was sitting on my couch naked. She was on his lap facing him and they were going to town. So I just sat down and watched. Oh my god.
What the fuck? Hi.
Hello.
Today we're going to be determining if people are a bunch of assholes.
Yeah.
That's it.
That's it.
We got our nails done.
Again.
You're not really here to hear about our nails, so let's get into it. Are people the assholes? They're gonna get worse and worse as we progress, so we're gonna start off with some milder ones, and then they're gonna get
progressively worse.
Horrible.
That's our goal. This person is asking, am I the a-hole for asking my husband's best friend,
female best friend,
not to visit us? My husband has a female best friend who is having her own relationship troubles and recently has started calling and texting with my husband a lot more than she used to. Today she announced to my husband that she was coming to visit us, alone, without her husband. She was not invited. I'm not friends with this woman, she only knows my husband. This woman lives out of state, with no connections in the state we live in, except my husband. My husband and I have been married for over 11 years, and many times I've had conversations with my husband about how very uncomfortable their friendship makes me, yet he continues to talk to her. When my husband told me that she was coming to visit, I messaged her privately and told her not to visit us, to which she became upset. Am I being a stick in the mud here? Am I overreacting? Am I the asshole?
This brings the great old debate, can men and women be friends?
Best friends.
I don't think this person's being an asshole.
No. She's talked to her husband about how uncomfortable she feels with this, yet he continues to talk to this other woman regardless. And they've been married for over 11 years. I understand if you want to talk about these problems, but coming uninvited over to her house and only have connections with your husband.
That's weird. That's very
weird.
sus.
Despite her saying that she is like, look, I'm not comfortable with you talking to this woman, he hasn't like reassured her, he hasn't like, okay, I'll talk to her about it. It's not right.
If you tell someone, your partner, I'm uncomfortable.
Not only your partner, your husband, for 11 years.
Literally.
That's one whole decade.
That's a massive ass difference.
That's a huge difference because you've been together for 11 years.
But even right from the get-go, if you tell them, I'm uncomfortable with you talking to this person for X, Y, and Z, and they don't respect that, they will do this 11 years down the line.
Yeah.
Well,
you are not the asshole.
You're not an asshole. I'd be questioning, why is your husband communicating with this woman? Would it be bold to assume that he's cheating or wants to cheat?
The fact that she's having relationship issues
and around that time, to him about her relationship issues. You are not an asshole.
You are not an asshole.
Literally, this sparks the whole debate of male and female friendship, so I'm not going to get into that. Long story short, this situation, they don't want to be just friends. Well, I mean, usually it's not just a friend. It's usually men and women are not really friends. They're like bestie boos. And they're married. Absolutely not. Should we go to the next one?
Yeah.
Alright. Please bear with me, I'm like a 5-year-old learning how to read again.
Please hold.
Please hold. Am I the asshole for telling my future mother-in-law not to come to the wedding if she doesn't change her outfit?
This is gonna be a good one.
What is this woman wear? What is she wearing that you don't want her at? What?
Something bad.
Unless she's wearing like another wedding dress.
Oh, there are some bad things you can wear. Let's.
Oh, okay, yeah. There's probably bad things you can wear. I, female 26, am getting married to my fiance, male 26. In a few months' time. I offered to go shopping with my future mother-in-law for her outfit, as she only has sons and I thought it would be a good fun thing to experience together. She turned me down and decided to go with a friend instead. We had multiple conversations about what kind of outfit she would end up with, and specifically spoke about how I wasn't okay with guests wearing white or ivory, as in my eyes it is something that should be reserved for the bride. We had multiple conversations about what kind of outfit she would end up with, and specifically spoke about how I wasn't okay with guests wearing white or ivory, as in my eyes that is something that should be reserved for the bride. Yes.
Definitely.
She went shopping for her outfit yesterday and sent me photographs of many beautiful outfits that she tried on while she was still in the store. I had answered right away and we were texting the whole time. I should probably mention that none of these outfits are white or ivory. Yesterday evening, I checked in to see if she had been successful, and she then sent a photograph of the outfit she had bought, asking what I thought of it. It was not one of the photos that she had already sent, and the dress is white. The store she had bought it from is not cheap and doesn't offer refunds or returns, which I know from shopping there previously. I was furious. Yeah, I would be furious too.
And you have every right to be.
I spoke with my fiancé and he agreed with me that it seemed she'd purposely been deceitful because the dress is white. We agreed that the dress is lovely, but that the colour is crossing a line. I haven't spoken to mother-in-law yet as I really don't know what to say. I don't want to be the bridezilla, but at the same time this is a boundary that I had established before she went looking for an outfit. My fiancé had spoken to mother-in-law. He hadn't mentioned my feelings about the dress, but she has told him that she doesn't think I like it. When he asked her why she thought that, she stopped answering. Would I be the asshole if I tell her she can't wear the dress to our wedding? There's a little edit. For those of you that are suggesting I change my dress, it's already brought, so that's not an option. We also don't have many guests as we're keeping things small. And as my bridesmaids are not wearing white, there are only 2 or 3 other women coming to the wedding. So suggesting they wear white is also not going to pay off.
Okay. First of all, why would you suggest that she changes her dress? The one getting married, the one where the day is about her and she's planning it and she's the bride, she wears white.
I feel like the edit's responding to the comments, like why are the people in the comments, we haven't read the comments, but that's just an assumption from the edit, that the people in the comments are telling the bride to change her dress.
The mother-in-law should change the dress.
What's really strange here is that the future husband had asked his mother why she thought she didn't like the dress, and she just didn't answer. She knows you don't like the dress. She knows why you don't like the dress. It's almost like she's doing it on purpose.
She's doing it on purpose. You are not the asshole.
Fuck, we need to find stories where people are really the assholes, you know?
That's hard to do.
I'm at the asshole for avoiding my mum after she told me to suck it up when I broke my fingers.
Wow.
Okay.
Wow.
Jeez.
Alright.
I was at the gym where a heavy weight fell onto 3 of my fingers on my left hand. I was in such severe pain that I thought I was going to pass out. While sobbing, I called my mum as I'm at college far away from home. I told her that I thought I broke my fingers and that I wanted to go to urgent care. My mum had never been empathetic for physical injuries and mental health issues. When she heard me, she told me to suck it up and rest. What? How?
Okay.
How
do you suck up 3 broken fingers?
If you break your fingers, how do you rest?
How do you suck it up?
What do you mean rest? So you just leave them like that?
Leave them broken.
You just leave them and you chill with your 3 broken fingers. Like, what do you mean rest? I figured I would wait for a while. Who knows? She could be right. Edit. I feel like I should mention that my fingers do not look deformed, so other than the bruising and swelling, I was unsure if they were broken or not. While waiting, my roommate came home and saw the state that I was in. She took one look at my hand and assured me that we had to go to urgent care. I did not want to betray my mum because she always said to never go to the ER or urgent care due to our terrible insurance. However, I went and I researched the cost of an out-of-pocket x-ray at the nearest urgent care and it was only $200, which I was willing to pay. I told my mum this and she said, you better hope your fingers are broken or else I'm not helping you pay for anything.
Wow. Okay.
What a mother. So I was under a weird circumstance where I hoped my fingers were broken for the sake of saying I told you so to my mum. I finally went to urgent care and got an x-ray. They confirmed both my pointer and middle fingers were broken and may need surgery if not healed properly. When I called my mum back later that day and told her the news, she basically laughed at me and told me I should be glad that they were broken. 3 weeks have gone by and I've not spoken to her since. She texted me and asked for updates on my fingers. Girl, you don't need to give her any updates.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel conflicted on why she's suddenly acting like she cares when she clearly didn't in the first place. She's also not someone you can easily share your feelings with, so I'm not sure how to go about our next conversation. Should I just ignore it or try to bring it up with her?
In the first place, she shouldn't have diminished your issues. She shouldn't have told you to suck it up and get some rest.
I'm fuming at this one. What mother tells their child you better hope your fingers are broken?
But not only that, what mother would diminish your injuries if you think the pain is so bad you feel like you're gonna pass out? Like, if the pain is that bad, your mum will be like, I don't care how much it costs, go get it fixed. I don't care what you have to do, I don't care if you have to sell the freaking house. Get it fixed. This one is saying, I hope your fingers are broken, and when they are, she laughs at you. What the fuck? And then afterwards she wants to check up on you. Nah, she just wants to make sure they're still broken so she can laugh at you again.
Trying to look like she cares. It's not because she actually cares. I feel like she's trying to do some psychological mind fuckery.
Or you know what, probably what's happened is her entire family has found out that you've broken your fingers, and they've found out what your mum has done, and now she's trying to pretend she cares.
Yeah.
Because they've just given her an absolute scolding. Oh, you should be doing this, you should be doing that. And she's like, oh, maybe I should look good in front of my family to show I actually care. You are not the asshole. Should we see what some of the comments say?
Yeah.
Not the asshole. You know how your birth giver is. Don't go to her for medical advice or tell her anything because otherwise you'll allow her to dictate your health. Ask yourself why you think you would betray your mum when getting required medical help. You even called her to get an okay from her from getting x-rays you wanted to pay for yourself. Is your insurance even this bad, or is it another tool from her to control your health now that you are out of her reach physically?
100% agree with everything that person says. Like,
yes.
How is you going to make sure that you're healthy betraying your mother?
What kind of mum would require you to give her permission to go get medical assistance?
This one's a quite interesting one. It can really go both ways. Am I the asshole for breaking up with my boyfriend because he's broke? I don't know, you might be an asshole.
This might actually finally be one where you are the asshole.
You might be an asshole, but we need context. Depends on what you mean by broke.
I'm a 33-year-old single mum to a 15-year-old. I met a guy, 34, and started dating him. Things were good at first, although he doesn't earn much. I make enough for myself and my son, so that wasn't a problem. He lives 2 hours away with his dad, renting a small house. After 3 months, he switched jobs to be closer and began staying at my place more often, essentially moving in without contributing to expenses. He also started implicitly expecting me to do his laundry and provide food, which I tolerated initially since he occasionally helped around the house, cleaning, taking care of the dogs, looking after my son, etc. He has financial struggles, partly due to supporting his dad, who depends on him. However, I discovered he'd been lying about paying rent for his dad's place when their landlady messaged me saying they were at risk of eviction. Despite his claims, I found out through his phone that he'd been ignoring her calls. After confronting him, I asked him to go back home and handle his issues, and I eventually broke up with him. Am I the asshole for breaking up with him? Now, there are some edits, so there's a lot of context that adds a bit more detail. The landlady messaged me by Facebook. Probably she found me on his posts with him tagging me in them. He didn't ask to move in. It started with him staying 1 night a week, then 2, until his belongings began showing up here. I work from home, but one time that month I asked him to stay overnight so my son wouldn't be alone, and he got comfortable, eventually staying all the time. This all happened within a month. When I told him about him moving here, he said he'd find his own place, but then I received that message from the landlady.
So, he didn't ask you to move in, he just moved in, which is worse.
Yeah, he didn't ask for permission at all, but there's still more. Some people, probably from the comments, are saying it's a clickbait and that the title should be, I broke up with my boyfriend because he's a liar and a leech. But now, further down, we understand his side of the story. So to understand his side, he's in a really difficult position, and I can't entirely blame him for sometimes feeling like neglecting his father. His story is that he was left in an orphanage as a child because his dad was too poor to raise him, and he was born from an affair his mum had while married to someone else. As an adult, he managed to finish college, secure a decent job, and rent a house where he invited his father and siblings to live in with him, hoping to reunite his family. Unfortunately, his father, a deadbeat and heavy drinker, was in an accident due to drunk driving and couldn't walk for a year, becoming entirely dependent on him. Although his father is now physically okay, he still refuses to work and continues to rely on his son to the point of going 3 days without food if he doesn't send money. Almost a year ago, my ex-boyfriend lost his better-paying job and had to settle for a lower income position that barely covers his own expenses. Throughout our relationship, whenever he gets his salary, he takes me out to eat and buys me treats like chocolates and desserts each week, often spending what seems like a day's worth of wages. He is generous with these gestures, but I've always asked if he can really afford it, and he reassures me he's managing. Yet he never offered to contribute to actual household expenses like utilities, mortgage, or groceries. I never asked. And I initially let it go, thinking he might just need time to adjust. But his lack of financial responsibility has become clear, especially with unnecessary spending on things for me while I was covering the real costs. Before the landlady incident, I was already considering to break up with him due to his poor money management. Despite him spending on me, I sometimes end up giving him money to make ends meet. Voluntarily, he never asks. The issue with the landlady was just the final straw. Honestly, I was already on the path of leaving him, even if that hadn't happened, so I did break up with him because he is broke. I know there's no excuse for his lying, but I can understand why he might have hidden things from me. Still, I can't tell if he's being genuine with his gestures or just trying to cozy up with me to get what he needs. I remember one instance when he only had his last $20 and my son begged him to order takeout. He went ahead with it, even though I offered to pay. He refused, leaving him with just enough for bus fare and no money for food for the rest of the week. That's the reason why I feel guilty. Also, that's the reason I provide for what he needs because he is very kind to me and my son.
This guy has no financial management skills, just to start off with.
But not only that, it also seems deeper than that. He's taking care of his deadbeat dad, who refuses to get a job. He's got rent from the house, which is looming over his head almost every week or fortnight, a month, whatever the payments are. He has to pay for a bus fare to get to his work. He has to pay for food. He has to pay for literally everything.
But at the same time,
this
guy is trying to sneak into your house and try to move in and try to leech off of you.
Exactly. I'll just be nice to them, and then she can do everything for me. I'll get a roof over my head, I'll get food, I'll get electricity, I'll get water.
Yep.
This is the easiest thing ever.
Leech.
And literally his dad, even though he is a deadbeat, he's going days without food, which is not, humane.
At the same time, though, it's the father's responsibility to keep himself alive.
Nothing is wrong with him now. He can work.
Because nothing's wrong with him.
He refuses to work, so that's his own problem in his own.
If you're refusing to work, you're putting yourself in the situation that you're putting yourself in, and that should be yours to deal with and yours to take.
Not to mention you're also putting your son in that same situation.
Broke guys are guys that have no ambition, no drive, no motivation. They just want to leech off of people. That's a broke guy. A guy who is ambitious, who is he has goals and everything. He's not necessarily broke, even if he doesn't have money.
He's
currently.
He's trying.
You know what I mean?
He's trying. He's striving for better.
It's different when they're young, building their life, with what they want to achieve in their dreams, whatever. But it's another thing when you're 34 and you have no idea what the fuck you're doing and you just want to leech off of everyone around you. He's a man-child.
Yep.
Who needs to get his shit together.
That's it.
Basically. Oh, we'll read some of the comments.
And not the a-hole, you're a meal ticket for him. Be prepared for when he tries to move his dad into your house. Oh, God forbid. If he stayed around long enough to invite his dad over, you would have been in a worse off situation. It would have become a nightmare for you and your son. Because you know how parasites act.
The next comment, this guy is a parasite.
There we go, he's the parasite.
You're a mother and you're young enough to meet someone awesome who owns their own house and can financially provide for you. Stop wasting your time with losers.
Bang on, absolutely.
He's a boy.
He's basically turning into his father.
That was going to be our last one, but you're going to get a bonus because we found something even worse. If you have anyone younger around you, maybe get some headphones or turn this off. I don't know how bad this is going to be.
It's going to be bad.
She's already read in advance. Am I the asshole for watching my roommate her boyfriend? Did they know you were watching?
And did they care? I've never actually posted before, but I really feel like I didn't do anything wrong. This actually started as a few months ago. Myself, 21 female, I have a roommate who's 24 and she got a new boyfriend. I have no idea how old he is, but I think he's younger than her. We've been roommates for 2 years and I've never had any issues with her. We've never been more than momentarily annoyed with each other until the last few months. My roommate got a new boyfriend and they've been really obnoxious. It started out with them being really loud at night. I could deal with this for the most part. Earplugs and a fan make it all go away. I'm sure my ex-boyfriend and I have had a few loud nights too, so I can let that go. Then I found a pair of her panties and a used condom tucked in the couch cushions when it was my week to clean living room.
Ew.
I let it go until a few weeks later, when it was my week to clean again. I pretty much found the same thing, but the condom had leaked onto the couch cushion. I kind of exploded on her because that's disgusting. She cleaned the cushion with random assortment of cleaners that left a huge bleach stain on the cushion, and it's not the kind of couch where you could just flip the cushion over. We then had a pretty intense yelling match that ended when she got her dad to replace the couch. It was my couch that I paid for. Her dad had the couch delivered a week later. He showed up and made us all sit down and talk. I'm 100% sure he was embarrassed by her behaviour and made her agree to keep bedroom activities in her bedroom if I'd let her stay. I had suggested maybe she could move out. Everything was fine for a few weeks when I came home from work and walked into the two of them living room again. They had the entire, oh my god, shocked Pikachu was sorry, got carried away and it just happened bullshit. We had a huge yelling match that got us fined $200 by the building. Her dad paid the fine and apologised to me. He said he'd work on finding her a new place. In the meantime, I went out of state for some work-related training. The day I flew back, I texted her that my plane landed early and that I was coming home. I asked if she wanted me to pick up her food. She never responded. Not out of the ordinary, but at least I tried. I got home, used my key in the door, which requires jiggling, that's not quiet, swung the door open, banged my luggage on the step up to the apartment. Somehow they managed not to hear me. He was sitting on my couch naked. She was on his lap facing him and they were going to town. I won't lie, she's adorable and her voice had a little crush on her. He's not bad looking either. I was about to scream at them, but I was just too tired after a week away and flights, Ubers, etc. Also, I might have had a few glasses of wine on the flight, so I just sat down and watched. Oh my god. Alright, it keeps going. I didn't do anything, just watched. I'm not sure how long it took them to finish. Just as they were about to get to the post-sex cuddle, I said, well, that was quite the show, but I'm really tired and going to take a shower and go to bed so you guys could keep it in your room and quiet the rest of the night. Then I took my luggage into my room and slammed the door. As soon as I got in my room and locked my door, she was pounding on it and screaming that I was a peeping Tom and should be a I held back that she kept pounding the door. I'd send the video to her father. I don't have a video. I would never have recorded it, even if it had occurred to me. It went quiet. I took a quick shower, an Ambien, and passed out. She hasn't been here all day. I texted her father and asked him to come get her shit and said it's going to cost me $3.5k to cancel a sublease. I haven't heard her back. So am I an ass. Edit. Just a little update. My roommate has moved out. Her father moved her to his house on Saturday. I was at work when it happened. He also bought me a new couch and gave me 6 months worth of rent so I wouldn't have to cancel a sublease. Must be nice to have someone to just make all your mistakes go away with money. When he called, he sounded really mad, and I thought it was because of my video comment on me watching. You guys really freaked me out that I would get in trouble even though there was no video. I wanted to tell her I was sorry and that there wasn't a video. He had no idea what I was talking about because when I texted him, I just asked him to move her out ASAP. I just said she did it again and I needed her gone. He wasn't upset with me and I couldn't stop laughing. He apologized profusely for raising such a brat. He said she deserved it. Even though most agreed I wasn't the arsehole, I think I changed my mind. I really think it was an arsehole thing to do. The more I think about it, the more grossed out and embarrassed I am. I've never seen before, and I'm guessing if it's like that, what I've watched, it's not my thing. So to the few who called me a creep, it was a creepy thing to do. I haven't talked to her since about the incident, and her father said it was the best we didn't talk. He also said he wasn't going to tell her I was sorry about the video comment because it seemed like it had an effect on her. Also, he said if she knew I felt sorry, then she just assumed she was in the right and didn't do anything wrong. Her father must be so disappointed in her. Wow. Okay.
Why would you sit down next to them and watch?
Okay, but you gotta think. Like, she's done this before.
Yeah, the roommate is they're both, roommate's an arsehole.
She's not keeping it to her room, even though she has explicitly been told by a roommate and her own father.
That's... Like
that, and
the thing that's disgusting. The thing that's really disgusting.
Leaving that stuff on the couch.
Yeah, leaving the condom.
That is fucking disgusting.
Ew. Like, have you no courtesy?
Yeah.
Like, ew.
Have manners. And the fact that she did it again on the couch, where it's like you're gonna walk in there, you're gonna see it. It's not like it's behind a locked door in your own bedroom where it should be kept.
Oh god, that'd be so.
For fuck's sake, keep it in your fucking room. Like, if you own your own house. I get it. Do it wherever you want. Who cares? It's in your house.
Yeah.
But if you're living with someone, if you're leasing or renting an apartment with another person, have some self-respect. Have some courtesy for that other person.
In a way, they're literally like asking to be like, they don't give a shit if she walks in on that. But at the same time, it is weird to sit down next to them and just watch. Like, that's
she wasn't
weird.
next to them. She was just in the same room. But not only this, she was very loud and coming in, so surely they would have heard her.
They don't care. They obviously
They
don't
clearly
care.
don't care. But on the other hand, that was a little bit creepy.
It's weird. It is creepy.
But on the third hand, what from her father has said, it has taught her lesson and it has changed her.
I would get out of that living arrangement if I was you.
I would burn the apartment. I'm sorry.
Burn the couch. Just burn the couch. Okay, maybe don't burn it. Like,
but no.
get a new couch.
The fact that when she tried to clean the couch as well, she just completely screwed up. Yeah, she didn't care because it wasn't her.
The roommate's a shit show, and the thing you did was creepy.
A little bit creepy, yes, but you taught them a lesson. Granted, it wasn't the best way to go about it, but it worked. When you're literally just fucking done with shit like that, you just don't care anymore. Something just snaps inside you and you're just like, I don't give a shit anymore. You just give up in a way.
Yeah, I mean, I get it from that standpoint, but I personally, I would never want to watch that. It's one thing to accidentally walk in on something and see it. It's another to see it and sit down and watch.
But your roommate isn't much more wrong than you are, but at the same time, that doesn't give anyone an excuse to watch other people.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, but
a bit on the weird side, I totally understand, but at the same time, I think it was necessary for her to understand what she did was wrong.
She knows what she's doing is wrong. She just doesn't care. But what
But
do you mean?
Now she cares.
What do you mean in the? Oh, so now that this person has watched, now she suddenly gives a shit.
Yeah, because
it says, fucked up.
Yeah, because when she got left and her father had moved her in with her, she said that she's changed. So we've had a debate.
We're gonna introduce a asshole meter.
A scale from 1 to 10 on how much of an asshole you are.
The roommates are 12. That's all we've got for today. We'll be back very soon.
If you guys want to send in your stories, we'll post a new email address. If you want,
I'll put an email here.
We'll put an email in the comments section if you want to send your stories. They'll be completely anonymous. We won't say who you are. If you want to send your fucked up stories to us, send them to us here, and we'll tell you whether or not you're an asshole too.
Or if you just have any fucked up stories in general. Yeah, we won't include no one's names. All anonymous, and we'll use code names.
We hope you had fun.
We hope you enjoyed. Please like and subscribe.
And share with your friends. Thank you all for watching.
Bye.
Bye.